Alright, just like I said. Alright, I'm gonna eat first and get set up. Oh, yeah, I know I'm completely ready. Select for live chat. Guess I gotta come over here and select the right thing. Brush. That one. Okay. Fresh start. All right. Just about ready to start here. Just finishing up some food I made for myself. And then we'll get going. Don't do that. Stop. Start this. It's the one thing about doing this that I always mess up. End of that. Start it back up. I always forget I've got to be very careful about the escape key. Hope is to be able to play this the whole time, get through Aegon completely and get into Torvus. Then I'll be in parity with my own playthrough on my other save. So, that is the goal for today. Alright, let me also make a post that we are streaming right now. Alright, let's do it. Playing through this for the first time at like 12 was always kind of weird for me, because I was not expecting them to just come back from the dead. Little Dark Samus. Well, it's funny how I realized that that is the Grapple Guardian from later on in the game. They just place it right here in the start of the game. I love this sequence. Goes to show how much is said just between those two interactions. I should be coming back down for this spot here in a little bit. That should, in theory, be my first energy tank, if I remember correctly. Benzium power bombs. Knew it was gonna tell me to go down there. Don't need that save station though. First save station I'll probably want to use is in the Great Temple. After that, Aegon. That's right, I gotta get under this one. If I had the GameCube edition that I was playing this on, I could actually jump over this section right here and get 101% if I tried. However, I don't have the GameCube edition on here, so can't really do that. One of the things they patched out with the trilogy version. Story time. Actually, peak gaming, yes sir. There's an absolute reason that I love these soundtracks, and the games just, they're so good. And they don't, at least outside of 3, they don't need any kind of voice acting to get the story across. It's just, it's peak. It's great. It's another map room. Yes, it is. That'll be nice to have. If my memory is correct, I don't need it. However, there have been a few moments that I appreciate having the maps. Oh yeah, I never picked up the missile, did I? Nope. I miss having my double jump already. It's on this side. Where's it on this? Where is the... Or is it genuinely just this guy? It is, okay. I was thinking of a different zone. I was thinking of this room. That's right. I forgot they had Matter Spark before Destiny. Yeah, same. It's almost like they took inspiration. It's almost like these little puzzles that Destiny added in, they're from somewhere. I just can't place it. Except over here, you don't have to, like, grapple the floor around for the most part. There's a few spots, but it doesn't go back to being part of the wall. Really need to grab more missiles. So I will save here. Better spot than in that tunnel system. is the one series that I always wish that Destiny would have done a collab with. I'll take the, like, quote-unquote PlayStation armor we got, though. It works well enough. At least for the shoulders, anyways. Because could you imagine hunters getting, like, Prime 2 or Prime 3 pirate armor? And warlocks getting, like, a Ridley, or a pseudo Ridley? With, like, from Prime 1 with the energy wings as the, like, coat? Could you imagine that? And hell, at that rate, if they did it right, they could have done Titan as a GFS trooper. And then they could have made a fourth set, a universal set for all three classes. That would have been the Various suit. Would have been a great collab. Oh no, if they did Ridley, they'd Omega Ridley would be so much cooler. Because that would actually fit more of the, like, current Vex that we have. What was Hunter? Prime 2 or Prime 3 pirates. Because, I mean, we've seen Bungie do, like, unique hunter legs, right? With the Star Wars collab. They could have done it. I don't know, man. We've got the... I can't remember the name of them, but we got the PED pirates. They just look like a thrall. Almost. A little bit more than that. But, like, could you imagine the hunter melee? Just basic melee is using the... That's fair. But could you imagine the Prime 3 pirate on a hunter? And they do the knife, but instead of a knife, it's the two-pronged blade that they have on their arm. Like, come on. You can't tell me that would be really, really cool. But yeah, Prime 2 would be better because of the better head position. However, here's the thing. The Prime 2 pirates have some weird asymmetry going on. And they're also huge. So it wouldn't quite work. Yes, Mothman, I will save your planet. That's kind of the one I was thinking of. To be fair though, still a really damn cool pirate. Okay, I hear it. Where is it? Okay, it's up there. I don't have any of my tools yet to do that. Huh. I forgot that was even there. That is true. I will give you that. There's just too much that could be done with this series if they were to just let it get off of Nintendo hardware. One of my favorite things that I have seen over the years in the past was just genuinely a crossover between Halo and Metroid, and seeing like a Halo-fied PED suit was so cool. I'm a little too young to have been able to do that, but that sounds so cool. My first and only interaction with it has always been the Prime trilogy, which, yeah, I missed out on the original GameCube release, but I can't do the 101% runs and anything like that, but still. It's such a good game. Out of the three, I have played 3 a lot. That was my favorite growing up because of the hyper mode. But after having played through all 3 of them and, well, quite literally just growing up, I have found that Prime 2 is my favorite of the trilogy to replay over and over again. You a purple one? Yes, you are. I'm not sure how much I believe it, but I've actually heard some rumors thrown around online that there's theoretically a few more Metroid titles in the works. Which, if that's the case, that is really darn cool, and I hope to see those come to full fruition at some point. Yeah, that's the one thing I'm very glad about, is the refresh controls. I do remember, though, playing through Prime 1 with those tank controls. It was something. But it was always enjoyable. Because that was, I think, one of my first few games that I played at the age of, like, 3 or 4. I was young when I started playing Prime games. And my dad would always play Super Metroid, and he'd try to do a just one sit-down full run, and he had it down to about 3.5 hours mostly. He also had the like printed out maps that you can get online that he would use. Just so many good memories of this game series. Yep. Big worm. Oh yeah. That was just a different time. The convenience of just having it available to us now, but like, is nice, but I do so miss the old days of having to go and search it out. Sheets of cheat code, yeah. Those two were always cool. The fact that you could have stuff like that for these old games was always nice. Never used them a whole lot in games like this. Well, there wasn't for any of these, they were just little text you could use, which was nice. Yes, sir. We are playing Metroid today. Does help when you're younger. I was like 6 at the time. Took me over a year to get the ending. First time I finished Prime 2 genuinely. My first run, I got to Emperor Ing, and I got to the Dark Samus fight. I did not realize at the time that the timer counted down when you were paused, and so my first time getting a clear on Dark Samus was kind of just, it was something. And it was so much that I set the game down for a month just to be able to come back to it with a clear head. I just did not understand how that Dark Samus fight worked. Only played 3, kind of the same for me. I played through 1 a fair bit, but 3 was the one that I have at least 20 clears on. Two, I only have about 5 clears, I think. Part of it, though, with 3 is that I love the look of the Marines. The bomb troopers were always so fun. boss fight on 3 was tough. From memory, getting used to that fight was so fun. I loved the shift mechanic that Dark Samus would do in that first phase. Oh yeah. There's a reason one of my Titan looks from 2 or 3 years ago now is based off of the Prime 3 Demolition Troopers. Now that we actually have that Immortal title helm, I need to go out and finish getting that title so I can use that helmet for that look. Because that is their helmet. How long will I be streaming today? I will be streaming today until roughly 2 p.m. Pacific. The Aurora unit fight was such a fun fight. Yes, that was a fun fight once you got used to the controls. That was one of the cool things and things that I miss about the Wii was the nunchuck for grapple. It was such a cool gimmick that they added. It felt so immersive to just be able to use it for that. But yeah, Alter, I'll be streaming until about 2. Key hunt. I still remember trying to leave the zone without actually depositing the energy back to the temple. And you just get stuck by a barrier of light. If I remember right, I go through the top door to get there. So the low door... What is the low door? Are you a save station or are you something else? If anything, I know there's an upgrade on the other side. Dang it. Can't believe Metroid copied Destiny's Matter Spark, right? Isn't it crazy? It's crazy that almost 12 years of difference and they were only able to copy a fraction of its power. Dang it. favorite of the series. It's gotta be mine as well. This room was the upgrade, that's right. I had them backwards. Yep. Just need to make a thing with Little Bird, or Old Bird, and that in the invincible pose over a Guardian. Oh yeah, that would be good too. Agreed. My favorite of the pirate designs is definitely 3. You know, that... Oh, actually, no, that would actually work better. Just have Ravenbeak just be like, yep, look at what they need to mimic a fraction of our power. That'd be absolutely hilarious. Say Ullman. Oh, are you trying to figure out what he would actually say in Chozo? This game aesthetic, if it was to get the Prime 1 full remaster effect, would be so cool. The Chozo Golem. From which game? Chozo Golems. All the different statues they leave around? Three. Oh, are we talking on, Norian Rio? Okay, gotcha. Yeah, those were always really interesting to me as well. There was one playthrough I had of Prime 3 where I just, like, tried my damnedest to only save at my ship in the, like, Federation outpost on Brio. It was so much fun because I could not save on any other planet. That was my restriction, is I had to go back to that Federation outpost every time. Self-imposed, but yes, it was fun. And yeah, it should be Brio that you're talking about from 3, about the golems. Yeah. Yeah, that should be from Brio. Remember this part from the demo disc? Was thought for the longest time they swapped the ammo system into a limited ammo system when I was younger. Yeah, that was one of the things with the like dark and light beams I couldn't quite get over the fact when I originally started playing it, was the fact that the beams were limited. But once I got decent enough with actually charging the weapon, I could actually use it all the time. Hmm. For a game from 2004, the audio cues are just awesome. Went ahead and played a couple other old games that I remember playing from when I was a child, and just... it's so much fun to go back and listen to them and play them again. Yeah, I need to go back to that section in the light world. I can imagine this fight with tank aim would be painful. This and Emperor would be a nightmare. Hmm. Really makes you wonder how they know about it this early. All right, I think theoretically I should be able to get into the temple from here. The other way. That's right. That door. Which means I should be able to get key number 1. No. Is key number 1 behind a dark beam door? It might be. Okay, it isn't. We're good. I'm gonna let my health regen a little bit though, because I do not want to try and go into the next couple of zones without it. Come on. No, because I wouldn't be hitting the save. Because I'd be cutting across to the room regardless. Then I'd be going straight to the light world from there. And then I'd be going straight to the pirate base. Many worms. Many large worms. Alright. And orb. Well, yes, they're attached to the orb. So of course there's going to be big orb. Big orb that becomes my orb. Okay, so I gotta come through here again with supers. Which I won't have for a little while. Alright, if memory serves me right, take the right. Hmm. Alright, so we'll go up. Okay. Keep forgetting about this crab. Alright, time to go knock down a front door. Is nice. The pirates are effectively different bands that have differing member species in the ranking structure. It's kind of nice to see something like that. And if anyone I know that would know that, it is you. So, yeah. It is fair. Okay, I did get that one. No, I did not get you. You dodged my attack. Hey, Honored, hope you're well. Stupid question, what is your favorite Metroid power-up of all time? Ooh. Oh, there's so many. Visually, I would probably have to put it to the light suit. Purely for just the absolute aura that that suit has. I mean, come on, those freaking knee plates are insane. Dodge my missile. How annoying. What about yourself, Minda? What would you say is your favorite Metroid power-up? the power scaling discussions it has we have been discussing had that in discussion for years. Really a defining suit, and yeah, if you were able to power scale it within what it's supposed to be, not hindered by game logic, it is such a powerful suit. Wave beam, I mean, that honestly isn't a bad one. And hey, its super missile form is really, really cool too, don't get me wrong. The Wave Buster is such a fun tool, especially for fighting Metroid Prime. Yes, indeed. These little rats in this game are a pain. I did. Oh well. Oh, do you not know what the light suit is? I'm gonna tell you right now, don't go looking it up right now. We'll get there. At this pace, it probably won't take as long as I'm expecting. That right there is a Warframe thing. That's not a Metroid thing. And you and I both know it. Ah, puzzle room. If you don't know what the light suit, have you seen the dark suit? If you haven't, a little bit of a teaser. Let me know, because we should actually be getting we're actually getting really close to that one. Going for that first. Yeah, we'll go with that one. True, that final suit from Dread, I think, is the pinnacle. However, the light suit, you basically become a demigod. So that's kind of where the whole power scaling thing comes into play, is because of that suit being as strong as it is. Screw attack power up. Yeah. It's so much fun to get that upgrade in the games. It's one of the things that was missing from Prime 1, but I mean, to be fair, Prime 1 really didn't expect to do what it was. And so, like, only adding the power-ups they did for Prime 1 was a good thing. But yeah, back to the whole, like, dread suit versus, light suit. The light suit, you have complete power over the planet of Aether. Yeah, there you go. That is indeed true. It did good without it and doesn't really need it. Ooh. Aesthetics wise, or like what I would say, like in-game power, or like lore scaling power. Aesthetically, it is completely different. Keybinds don't like to do that. In-game power-wise, I'd say it is long-term stronger because there's no side effects to it compared to the Phazon suit. Oh. Phazon being as strong as it is really stupid powerful. But assuming that, and I can't really talk a whole lot about what it can do without spoiling some aspects of it, but there's one gimmick aspect of the light suit that I don't think was explored to the fullest potential that they could, purely for balance reasons, and that is a teleport. They had to balance it around the condensed power of Aether. But going off of like lore and the things I've read as like side pieces to the series, the light suit should theoretically allow Samus to just blip in and out of existence and then just blip back in wherever she wants, so long as there is well, light. Yeah, that's actually a good way to put that. Phazon is very much like Coral. Evil Coral. And so, like, having played through 3, you know that Dark Samus is really stupid powerful. However, liking the idea of a modded Prime game that adds power-ups like Shine Spark, Ball Spark, and the Sphere Attack. It completely destroys the pacing of whatever game it's... Oh, man. Dude, if we had Ball Spark in any of the Prime games, that would be crazy. Oh, biome themes. Oh. Vendrena Depths has to be mine. Okay, that is true. Mockball does exist. I forget about that one. Where are you, Dark Samus? fact that Dark Samus was basically the first iteration of the like parry mechanics that we have in Dread and Samus or Return of Samus. But no, man, definitely the Pendragon Drift's depths, where you get the gravity suit for me. It's such a groovy track. Best game in the series? I would be hard-pressed to disagree. It's just so good. Best map design with interconnected zones. Honestly, probably my favorite of the key hunts in the series. Some of my favorite armor designs in the game. Beams are awesome. The upgrades are even better. It's such a good game. Don't remind me about Skytown. Yeah, no, that one's also really good. Shows the ruins being a place to come back to makes it very memorable. I could also agree to that too. That's pretty good. Still have it portable too. Oh, that's cool, Evasive. Has to go to Zero. That I can respect. Having played through Zero Mission, I also like that one too. The 2D games are so hard to like differentiate and say which one's better than another. Purely because of what they added to it, or they initially kind of brought to the table. Because going into it, the first game is great for what it was at the time. Metroid 2, again the same, for what it was at the time. AM2R, Vision and Zero Missions, more fluid, two-dimensional combat. So, oh man. That one is good too. Which way? Saves that way, which means I need to go that way. No, but if like you asked me at like the age of 10 or 10 or 11, I would have said Prime 3 in a heartbeat. Now, definitely has to go to Prime 2 for the three dimensionals. For the 2D games, official and unofficial, I'm definitely going with AM2R. Gotta agree on that. It being the first one definitely makes it a mainstay. AM2R, then Zero Mission, then Dread, then Samus Returns. I could agree to that. I could very much agree to that. Pix, I highly recommend if you're going to play a remake of Metroid 2, do play AM2R. Oh man, that one is so good. Alright, now I have to get through this zone. Yeah. Top 5 are Prime 1, 2, 3, 0. Other M, Hunters, and Super. That is a nice top 5. What I even rank my top 5? Ooh, that's gonna hurt. Samus Returns had one of the favorite Ridley fights, next to Prime. Having not played Samus Returns, I have not actually interacted with that Ridley fight, but I've watched it, and it does look like a pretty good Ridley fight. Prime 1 and 2, tied for your favorite. Hard to pick between the two. Completely understandable. Oh yeah, that's right. The Samus Returns version of Metroid 2 has like that really bulky gravity suit, doesn't it? Okay. By the same company that did Dread's various suit and gravity suit, yeah? By Mercury Steam. Okay. I thought it was. So that makes sense why they did the gravity suits in very similar ways. I really need to give Other M another fair shake, because I only played it my first time, and just I was heavily comparing it to the the other Prime games. So I will have to play that one again at some point. I also think the next time I play it, if I do, I'm playing it in Japanese, and I'm trying to find a way if I can have English subtitles, just so I can see the difference in localization. Because if that was the big thing about it, then I would like to try and see what it was like on the other side of the pond. Dread just kind of had... the music wasn't doing as much as I would have hoped for from that game in the series. Gameplay-wise, it's great. It's absolutely great, but it's just the music isn't quite there. It also did have the 2.5 sections, and it was only played with the Wii mode, which is also weird. Personally, had it been played with Wii and Joy-Con or Nunchuck, then I probably would have enjoyed it more. Other M was held back by Fusion's English translation. It was by Fusion's English translation. Really? Okay. So then you're saying I should be playing that one again? No, it was just played with the mode, which is weird. Oh, okay. So even in the Japanese version of it? Well, yeah, I've known about the translation different, or like the thing Castle's talking about. He's been talking to me about that for years. All right, keys 1 through 3 acquired, so now we can go fight the boss. Means we are on our way to the bog. Yes, sir. Worms time. Yep. Alright, I can go over here and get a ammo crit, I believe. Oh no, it's just an ammo station. Dude, yeah, no, that would have been cool to see a remastered version of the fusion suit from Prime. That would have been really cool, especially if it was remastered in such a way that it had thematic cues from the Dread power suit. Oh, that would have been cool. Oh, dude, Boost Guardian is a nuisance. Not because of how difficult it is, purely because of the fact it's a morph ball section. Yes, with the dread muscles. That's what I would love to see out of a remastered fusion suit. Because that is shown now to be like the version of that suit. I can't get to that door yet because that is the pathway out of here. There's one more thing in here I don't have yet. I think. Yes, okay. I am going the right way. Oh yeah, Morbus is very easy. Oh. Any of those would have been really cool. Honestly, though, the Prime 1 gravity suit, for what it is iconic to the game. You... There's super missiles, yeah? You can two-tap him? Oh, you guys are free. Gotta say, though, the gravity booster that they added for this game, oh, so nice. I loved how it filled in for that one section that was always missing. Kinda wish they kept some of the bulk for the light suit, but to be fair, the suit by itself looks so damn good. It didn't need any of that. I see. Okay. So it is worthwhile to go out and search out the Dark Buster. Got it. That's missiles. That's nice. I mean, hell, even if we just saw on the fusion suit, the various suit, and the gravity suit, we saw the muscles, that'd be still really cool. Okay, portal's that way. Let's take the upper exit. Got it. I will have to search that out then before I head over to the bog. I've always just done super missiles to take down the blogs. That's just what I've done. Knowing that now, I can actually probably have him done quicker, like you say. That'll be handy. One of the things about this game is I almost never go for the extra upgrades, the Light Buster and the Dark one. So, the only one I normally go for is the Annihilator Beam. Just to have that sonic boom. Tier the muscles with the upgrades and add them as the suit progresses. That's fair. That would be cool. Do I have to come back through here, though, to get it? Because I know it's Darkbuster, Sunburst, Sonic Boom. That sounds right. Okay, so it's over there. So let me head that way. Yeah, I'll go make sure I go find that thing, or I'll... Can I get it before I go fight a Morbus, or do I have to get it after? Okay. Dark Burst. Okay. That's probably what we were thinking of, because that's the one we're most familiar with. I never got this either in my other playthrough. Now I've got to find out where I get that from, because now I'm curious. That's the way. Oh yeah. Alright, I'm just gonna have to leave that alone for now. I had to figure out why my cursor keeps popping back out. I just have to remember to come back to this room at some point. Yeah. I got more progress to make. Yeah. Because it should be either like the next room or the room after that is where I get into that room. Yep. Got it. And this should theoretically be a map room. Yep. That'll be handy. Yeah, Pix, the pacing of this one is just so nice. Especially once you start getting the upgrades. Yep. Right there. To get to that room in the temple, I need speed booster. So I need to head into the bog. It's just a little bit of backtracking though. Which I think there is a direct transport from the bog back here from the temple, so should be relatively easy. Yep. Sunburst is a late game item. Nope, this way. Actually, technically that's like mid-late game. Because at that point we're in the mid to end game, which is the final key hunt. That's right, I gotta go all the way around. No. What we're trying to kill with the Dark Burst is the blog, the jet booster. Yep. That's about where I'm at in my other playthrough, which is honestly, I might surpass it by the end of the stream at this pace. I mean, hey, it's a good little gimmick for games of the early 2000s. At this point in existence, the whole thing was like, you had Frutiger Arrow as a theme, which, by the way, is probably one of my favorites. Some of the music from this era is still also some of my favorite. There's so much cool stuff from this era. Yep. Alright, I'm Morbus, I'm coming for that ass. I'll wear that suit with pride. This way I have to go to get there? Yes, I'm going the right way. Yep, time for the worm to die. Theoretically, if I can keep the pace going correctly, I could have this game done in about 8 hours, I think. However, I can't do it all in one session. Gotcha. I love the scale of the bosses in this game compared to the first. Alright, I want to be doing this. You're right. Oh yeah. It'll either be Sanctuary or late Torvus. It 100% depends on how much time I end up spending in each zone. Alright, give it to me. I want that suit. Alright, so I teased it earlier for... who was it? What? The Dark Seat. Was it Pix or was it, I thought it was someone else. I could have sworn it was somebody else. I'd be careful tabbing back over, because The game doesn't like me when I do that. I thought it was Hawk, but I teased it. Yep. Probably one of my favorite little things they did with the Prime series was give the suits the Prime logo. Yep. Told you, Hawk. I love the color palette of this. It's like the middle ground of like diesel and steampunk as far as aesthetics go. Imagine playing a game and the power-up icon is the icon of the game that released with the power-up. It's a Prime TM upgrade. That would be funny. Such a great boss, just sucks it's a mechanic health pool rather than a damage health pool. Yeah, I knew it wasn't a spoiler for you, Evasive. I know that Hawk has only played through 3 for the most part, it sounds like, so he's not seen anything of the suits from Prime 2, so I'm trying to keep my spoilers of what they look like very vague, if anything. Use Prime on the enemy. Can't believe I outgated the boss. Yeah, but did you see how quick the health gating on this was? It's almost like it didn't take very long for the health gating to be gone. There is more of you guys. Throw Slunchly at Dark Samus. Such a cool form for the ball. We have a good point. Where was the raid? The raid mechanic is in Sanctuary Fortress. That's the raid mechanic. It's not get up on the Hydra's back, it's shoot his legs. Only a few people will get that reference, assuming they've only heard the memes. I can't wait to go finish up the next boss. Aesthetically, the arena for the next one is really cool to me. I always thought it was funny how the Annihilator effect is the receivers for the light energy. They just repurposed the doors and just said, all right, guide the energy. Favorite pastimes talking with Destiny folks, translating everything into Destiny mechanics speak. That's true. That is quite a fun thing to do. Runky. There's some groups that I've played raids with, and like, we'll have someone doing like posh calligraphic type explanation, like all the micro details explained, and my team is just completely bewildered, just going, sure. And then one of us will explain it in some form of like just basic monkey terms, and we get it in like the first or second try. Absolutely hilarious every time that happens. Where did you end up? Ah, you are the one that gets over there. That is not a door I can open yet. Hamburger. Yes, sir. Those damn hive runes. Alright, so I don't need to go this way yet. I can leave that for later. Yes, sir. That's how it works. Yep. That is legitimately how I've gotten through some raids, is just explain less, keep it very simple, because the mechanics can be very over-explained. Think Vesper's Host, if you need an example. That one is so easy. It's just the mechanics get explained way too thoroughly. Hang on. How interesting. Do I think? There's 3 of these somewhere, yeah? Assume that one. It won't let me open it because I need to have the other scanner yet. That's why I like playing it in a team, and then I just pick up the second drop, or the second tool, and I just call the number, and then from there I just let... Yeah, I know I gotta get the order right, I just forget if it resets after you shoot at the 3. And so, like, if I know very little of the mechanics, or like a buddy of mine just didn't have the ability to calm that day. He just picked up the first one. I picked up second, so I can just make a really quick, easy call, and then we just went along with it. I think our quickest run for final encounter was about 20 minutes, but we were also goofing off with random loadouts, damage-wise. So it could have been faster. Now that the hierarchy of needs, we have our catalyst for that now, so now we can pretty much nuke any bosses. Let me get that open. Oh, I can pick that up too now. Recording. Do Vesper Scary is due to knowing a little too well how to do everything solo. That's fair. In the group that I do my dungeons and stuff with, I have majority of the knowledge for the dungeons. There's a few that I don't know how to do because I haven't run them yet. And so for those ones, I'm just gonna follow them for the mechanics, and we're gonna have it done regardless. Scan visor voice gets amusing sometimes. Dude, so am I. Armored sent me a video on that yesterday and showed it off, and I'm just over here just completely in disbelief at how effectively that's nuking characters. The funniest thing from that video he sent me, though, was the whole thing about hunters on Twitter X have been, like, crying for so long about how they can't do damage anymore because of the Lucky Pants nerf. And yet, here they are dropping bosses like that one Dreg in the EDZ we all go shoot with our exotics for the first time we have it. Need to give Hierarchy a shot. I've had its catalyst done forever. So, use that if you have the Vogue 4-piece set of armor. That's the one to recommend with it. And then from there, pair that with the damage bow super from Hunter. And I forget the artifact. It's the implement of Curiosity artifact with the bow shots. Use armor charge for increased damage, reload for the next 3 shots, and then just cycle it over and over and over again. It's scary what that thing can do. Nah, not even Randall. Randall's just kind of sits there in the Cosmodrome. I'm thinking the ones just to the left of where you spawn in the Cosmodrome. Not Cosmodrome, EDZ. Those are the ones that I go to whenever I got a new exotic. If not them, PvP. Guardians make just as good of a testing material. A Sundered run last night and was surprised you tied damage with everyone else for only spamming primary. That is wild. Yeah, we were trying to run the Master Spire last night with the bow on, and just kind of fell flat with damage, so we're like, that's not working very well. Let's switch to something else. Argent Quiver? Okay. Got it. I don't have the names memorized enough for those other classes to really give the best recollection of everything. Where'd the missile go? Yep, I know Titan, and that's about it. Dang. That's actually pretty impressive for just using the bow. Oh, that's the name of the... Okay, got it. In Sundered? Oh, interesting. Armored, you should take notes. That would be good information to have. Yeah, I'm assuming he was using the bow. Hmm. Yeah, now that we're at end of service as far as we are, and basically hierarchy is the only thing we're gonna need for raids. Sometimes that's just how it goes, Evasive. I mean, I can play this basically on autopilot and just talk about basically anything else. So, just how it is. What a beautiful cliff. Yep. Be too bad if I jumped off. Microwave attack only targets the players and technically the boss shield. It won't attack the bubble because it's neither of those two things. Well, something to test the next time. Okay, I hear it, but where is it? Okay, it's in this room. Got it. One of the things I have always loved about this series is the skyboxes and just how they can make the world feel larger than it is. Oh, heck yeah. That's right. I need grapple to get that. Think I've almost 100%ed this one. Can't remember for certain though. We're talking a skybox from 2007. 2007 had some really great skyboxes in games. But absolutely. I love that skybox. Bria wasn't half bad either, and neither was Norium, but oh man. Skytown. Beautiful space. If the first game is anything to go off of to 100%, I don't blame anyone that hasn't 100% of this game. I don't either. There's a lot of spaces to go back and check. However, this game does make it a little easier than Prime 1 to go back and find them. And that is purely because of how interconnected they made this world compared to Prime 1. Prime 1 was alright as far as that, but this one is so far and above. Sanctuary, not Skytown, but yes. Fair enough. Ah, yeah, I read that wrong. You're right, you did mention Sanctuary. Have 100% in all but Prime 4. I almost 200% of the game on my first playthrough. By comparison to other Metroid games in the series, it's not the greatest one in existence. It does kind of fall into the category of Nintendo was trying to make another Breath of the Wild. So it's not horrible, but it kind of feels like a Zelda game versus a Metroid game. Because the center section of the game is very... out of place. It's very out of place. But outside of that, I did actually have a fairly good time playing it. Yeah, the combat and gameplay, other than that, feels really good. If I remember correct, it's been a little while since I've played through it last, because I did a singular playthrough, and I started a secondary to progress further into it and do a 200% run to completely finish the game. But I haven't touched it since I started that, so more to do from me. But it does do the ammo system again. It's not beams this time, it's missiles. Or like missile adjacent upgrades, is what they feel like. I think I had a almost 18-hour playthrough, or it might have been just over 20 hours. It was just me wandering around. That was the one thing I wish I had a Switch 2 to play it with, to actually get my hands on, because that did seem very, very interesting, having the different control scheme. Oh, yeah, you're right. I haven't scanned it yet, have I? Alright, and now we are right behind my other playthrough because I just got the speed booster in my other one. Or boost ball, technically. Alright. Boost ball. Space Pirate Pro Skater. Pandas had such a cool look in this game. Memory serves me right, there is a energy tank on the other side of this portal. I just can't get it yet. So on this side or was it the other side? I can't remember. Come on, just walk forward for me. Such a cool addition that I can just shoot these with the light beam, and then anything that wanders into it just combusts. Oh yeah. Especially for something from 2004. It's really, really cool to see. Come on. Out of missiles. Rip. Come on, go cool mode again. There you go. I knew I could hit him with that. Been so darn long, I forgot about that. Could be the last one I need. Yeah, I might need one more. If he does that, I definitely need another one. Hey, glad you could come out and hang out. Glad you enjoyed it. Oh, that's not good. Welcome back. I can imagine that'd be kicking your butt. Alright, so boost ball. Now I need to go back to get Seekers, and then let's go grab the Dark Burst. Yep, pretty much. Everything else should be relatively easy. All of this in about 2.5 hours, that's not bad. So yeah, theoretically I should be able to hit Skytown by the end of this. Not Skytown, Sanctuary. Keep getting those two mixed up. If I remember right, that's a super missile thing, yeah? No, Denzium. Half types over here, that's right. Yeah. Looking forward to me just dropping it in 2 shots. I'm looking forward to seeing that happen, honestly, because knowing that will make that fight a whole lot easier. Theoretically, that should open me up to get a second key. if I remember where the other one is correctly. Not sure if it's just you, but the stream is constantly pausing. Some of that could be on my end, though, to be fair, because I think whenever I hit double tap Alt, or like double tap Alt plus use another key, it brings up my cursor, which is why I wasn't able to get that one energy tank earlier. So that would be why. But yeah, this is a whole lot better than the last time I tried streaming this, when it just would crash on me from nowhere. So I'll take what I can get. Let me switch to that. I sent that missile straight for you. There we go. Oh yeah, the thing in here is a spider ball track, so I cannot get that yet. Noted. Yeah. Sorry, I was going back this way, so this makes sense to go. The latency thing, you think? Every other second I get a brief loading circle? That might be a latency thing then. On my end, I'm not getting much latency. The only thing I am getting is that one cursor click thing. It's the only thing I'm having. Yep. Good old power bombs. Yep. Bendesium. Dang it. Oh, let's refill at the ship. That'll work. You gotta be quicker than that. It's a good thing though, because I wouldn't have probably been able to finish the actual puzzle inside of it. If I remember correctly, I need missiles to finish some of those. This boost ball? Okay. Gotcha, okay. I spent so long trying to get through that portal early, only to understand it was there for a cutscene. I wondered about that. Either light or dark completion? Oh, okay. I've only done it through the light completion, so I wouldn't have known. It is cool. The 3D games got 2D tools, and then the 3D games gave the 2D games some tools. That is a really cool feature. In this game we got Screw Attack, and then some of the 2Ds got the Seekers. Wasn't it Fusion that got the Seeker missiles, or was it Zero Mission that got the Seekers? No, I guess technically those would have been diffusion missiles at that point for that game. Okay, Dreads when they came in. Got it. I was thinking of diffusion missiles. That's right. Bug boss. Yep. I remember doing that when I was doing the sequence breaks. No. No. Prime 3 had ice missiles. That's right. Forgot the route. Yeah, because I remember using those to get across the fuel falls in Brio. In Brio Fire. It's fair. I haven't played it a lot since... I don't know when I last played it. So that should show you kind of how much I remember about that one, specifically. I legitimately turned off all of the hint systems for that game. Just because I could find most everything by myself. There we go, summoning my cursor again. I mean, for what it was trying to do, it's not a bad Metroid game. It's just simply put the fact that it has that different theme to it. I mean, it's the same thing with Prime 4. It basically handholds you the whole time with the what's his name? Our chit-chatty marine companion. It's not bad, it's just different. What would have really helped it is if the Marines weren't able to get a hold of us so damn often. If that was the case, where they could only get a hold of us every once in a blue moon, that would have been just fine. Fair enough. Yeah, if a mod for it exists that just kind of like cuts the Marines up as far as their communications with you the whole time, I'd probably be able to play it again relatively easily. The skiff or the guys? There's no skiff in that room. There we go. Got it. That's right, I gotta go back there to raise the height of this thing. That's right, because it should be right over here and leave this room. Off the light world, and then come back, and I should wander right into it. That's right. This tunnel. Thought so. I don't remember any upgrades in that room. Got it. Okay. Alright, I have to come back here eventually, but that is not for right now. Okay. Oh, I already got that one, yeah. Get behind stream-wise. Yeah. Okay. I'll come back for that one later. Yeah, that's what I thought earlier. Since I was here, I figured I'd try it again. Gotcha, so it is just visor locked. Oh, you can bug into it with screw attack? Huh. If I do a randomized at some point, that is good knowledge to have. So now, if I go into there, I think I want to go left through the ring, which is fine. Favorite game to do randomizers on? I wouldn't doubt that. The world itself has some good replayability, so I would assume randomizers would only improve that. Oh, yeah? What's the character like? Are they at least fun to play, or eh? An impossible seed. Heck yeah. I need to do more looking into the randomizers for this, but I've also got a whole heck of a lot more games I want to play now. Because before October rolls around, I want to play through most of the Ace Combat series. I've got 4, 5, 0, and then when October rolls around, I'll play 6. Then I'll play through Skies Unknown, and then I'll play 8. Meh, you say? I'll look at them later. So if you're saying they're kind of meh, that means they're actually kind of meh. Yeah, that sounds about right, Evasive. It's kind of how you can do these games. Is this the save or is this the elevator? This goes to the wrong spot. But that's fine. I will just come back down. That I do believe, so I'm going to try my best not to use a whole lot of it. Oi! Gotta talk about expensive. First time through this room on this side? Well, we were just talking about ammo. There's... well, that's missiles. What good does that portal do me? It sets me over to this way. So unless there's a key over in here, which I don't think there is, be fine. Okay. Yeah, I've been through this spot before, and I just cannot remember it for the life of me most of the time. Sick. That works. Oh well. That's the wrong door. Turn around. Those portals are some of my favorite and some of my least favorite because they're just there. That's right. That one. Hey, more missiles is more missiles. That means more super missile for me. I wondered about that. It wouldn't be surprising if it's like 10 or 20 per. Generally speaking, that's about as expensive as most of the super missile upgrades are. Alright, let's go downstairs. Thankfully, I have just enough missiles. I'm on veteran right now. I haven't completed a full playthrough yet, so I don't have hyper mode. So technically, this is GameCube easy or normal. Yeah, that's what I'm intending to stock up on. But before I get to that, I'm gonna go ahead and take this moment to be right back. When I come back, we'll try and get 2 Alpha Blog and beat him. Also, before you release the third lock, head up and save, then go through and undo the third lock. Yeah. I do that basically every time because of exactly what you say. If you die. I'd rather not die. The other thing I gotta remember is that the key that I'm looking for is in that space. Squish. Yeah, that's one of the things I do remember is that he is very... Those are some square fish. Spade fish, actually. Yeah, he's very iffy on his attacks. I've also had similar playthroughs where he's just keeps going forward the whole time. Alright, friend. Show yourself on the other side of this door. Diamond fish. I love that damn laugh. $64 diamond fish. Yep. Let's do red. Alright, which one of you? One that I need. Just another part of childhood. Okay, I wondered about that. So I won't have the right tools for Ascent yet. Gotta come back here at some point anyways, because I have to get this key. Yep. I'm not as old as some people think I might be. Nor that my voice lets on. Hey now. You're not far off. We're in the same damn boat together, sir. That's right, I gotta go back the other way. I can't get back down yet. No. I have to go around. Hey, 40 is a pretty cool milestone, man. You just gotta wear it with pride. Probably a wise choice, I just don't. Oh, okay. Puzzle room time. Room with gravity. Room with gravity. You mean the blog room after you get the booster? Oh yeah, what am I doing here? Okay. Yeah, I do remember jumping the walls. It's a nice little feature they added for that. Oh, you don't have to try and do it all over again every time. Okay, was there anything else I had to do on this side, or was it just that? I think it was just that for now. I can't get anything out of that. Okay, that is open now. Yep. I know about it. That's what I'm working towards getting now. Hmm. Well, let's just do it. Already closed the door. Can't get up to it. That's my second key right there. Log blank voice is my phone notifications, and that is funny. Oh. My sister has her phone's notification sound set to the Drifter's ding from Gambit. It's quite funny. The only form of triple jump this game ever got outside of Screw Attack. Alright, come on, sir. Turn around. Launch at me. You troll. I see. How we doing there, Alpha Blog? You stuck? Okay. Thought I just missed my timing on it. Got it. You'd stop hitting me with these fake outs, I'd be fine. There it is. I see now. Alright, come on, Alpha Blog, stop being this way. I believe it. I've used it before. I know it's slow firing. Didn't help that every time I was trying to fire it off, he just wouldn't open his mouth. That's always been the blog's biggest downside, is that he just is not consistent. When he is consistent, though, I believe it. That is a nice, clean 2-tap. That was a ton of damage. Gimme. That's what I want. Alright, let me think. What else do I need while I'm down here? Can't do that yet. Yeah, so had I actually hit him with it the first time, it probably would have worked, and then he wouldn't have gone into that second phase. I'll probably get it on the next playthrough I get. I still have another playthrough I'm doing at the same time. One that I can play on my own time. Okay, let me think. From here to get grapple, I think to the right. Okay. Yeah, so I'll just get the 2-tap on my other playthrough. That'll work. Trying to remember on which side. There it is. Sorry, I can go down here. Do I think I can beat him in half an hour? I think so. That might be the last thing I do for this stream, and then we'll go into something else later. Alright, let's get grapple beam, and I think that'll be the last thing we do for the stream today. Yeah, it's another gimmick fight, but it's not terrible. Oh, that's right, I gotta do it to the pillar first. That's what I tried to do, and then he said no. That takes too long to charge either, so that doesn't work much either. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna switch to. Nope, it does not damage the eye. I wanted to test it, and it just didn't work, so... Worth it to just switch to the other beam. Just a little bit. Let's go that way. Go back to the light world. Recite the credits from memory. Well, please don't start, but, I don't know if I've got an answer for that. Don't egg him on. Oh, God. Wait, let me go get the other temple key, and then I think we'll call that here. Once I get to a save station after that. Because we're egging real close to that 4 hour mark that I set myself earlier. If I remember correctly, I know exactly where it is. Can't quite reach that. Yep, and now they're gone. Oh boy. Look at what you started, Castle. Look at what you started. Oh, look at that. That's cool. Alright, items at 32, scans at 19, not bad. Alright, 150, I think I'm gonna go ahead and call it there. I'm gonna warn you right now, turn your volumes down because this will probably spike your audio real quick. So, I'll give you a moment. It's just a warning to make sure y'all don't experience the same thing I have to. You missed the shift. I will get it on one of my other playthroughs if I missed it entirely. I will scan it at some point. Oh wow, that is actually kind of cool. Okay, you can turn the thing back up. I just didn't want you all to have to hear that blip. All right. Not a bad time. Yeah, like I said, I wanted to prevent that. I did try to warn you. Okay, so I'm thinking that I will do this again next week, probably same day, Wednesday. So next week, Wednesday, will be another Metroid stream. Next week, hang on. Can't hear me over the ringing, huh? Okay. Next week, Wednesday, another Metroid stream. Next week, Tuesday, probably another Destiny stream. I'll probably keep them separate, unless for whatever reason I am having one hell of a day in Crucible, or on just Destiny in general. Then I'll probably flip, and I'm probably going to play AM2R, or keep playing this. So, with that said, I think I'm gonna go ahead and call it there. I did start about 10 minutes early, but I just want to have it up and running make sure it wasn't going to crash on me ahead of getting set up. So appreciate everybody coming out and hanging out. And then I will catch you either in the video that I have probably posted for today, later after this goes offline, or tomorrow. I haven't decided when I'm going to put it. Metroid's better than Destiny. I mean, they fit different niches, in my opinion. So, both good. For, like what I just said, different reasons. I will catch y'all later.